Wah! Okay, if that didn't scare you the first time we played this game, I don't know what will. Maybe that would. I mean, here's an enemy that knows what he's doing. He waits for you to spawn after you've done everything you needed to save the area. And then, with one flick of his wrist, reverts everything back to Twilight, so everything you've done to this point is completely meaningless. Sand! Did you honestly mean to take an ancient withered power like this and turn it against me? You are a foolish traitor, Midna. Why do you defy your king? My king? You who do nothing but abuse magic of our tribe? You must be joking! How dare you, implying that my power is our old magic? Now that is a joke. This power is granted to me by my god! It is the power of the King of Twilight, and you will respect it! Just like Link to jump in front of a bullet and take one for Midna. Even with how much she's abused her, how much she's taken advantage of us. My Midna, did you forget? That beast is one of the Light Dwellers who oppressed our people. No matter how much you may desire otherwise, you will never be more than a shadow in their world. You cannot consort with their kind. But if we can make their world ours, Midna, light and darkness will meet at last. Our tribe will take back their realm, and sweet darkness will blot out this harsh light. And that, Midna, is why. I need you. Not just for me, but for all of our people. Lend me your power. So be it. I will return you to the light world you covet. Midna? Link? Looks like Link survived, but Midna? She doesn't look good at all. UniGiant, hero chosen by the goddesses. Go to the princess locked away in the castle. That princess holds the key that can unlock you from your shadow form. And with that, Midna's in a completely terrible state. I mean, look at her! I don't know what it was about the light spirit that utterly destroyed her. I mean, look at how helpless she is. She's turned pale and everything. And as we begin running towards the castle, we'll see that rain starts to fall. I think this is the only time in the game where we actually see rain. Fairly unusual. And we have Midna's Desperation playing in the background. I have to say, as sad as it is one of my favorite tracks just because of how much emotion it evokes. You get the feeling that a partner that you've had for so long, and even though she's been annoying, she's been a pain, and she's probably been taking advantage of us just to her own ends, but she's been fairly helpful to us given the situation and the fact that we've been turned into a wolf, and you can't help but feel sorry for her in all this. But now that we're a wolf, we're running around here. And everybody except... Okay, that dude is scared of us. But now we can talk to animals. They don't like the rain. We'll find a lot of cats around here. Yeah, I'd say your sixth sense is trying to tell you something too. But just to break the mood, I love running into town square and scaring everybody. I think they're all inside because of the rain. Yep, we're new here. Telma's cat, Louise. Well, we can talk to as many cats as we like to, but I'd say we have a pretty good lead on where we have to go next. So let's head to Telma's bar. If you recall, when we rescued Rallis, brought him to Kakariko, Telma told us that there was a secret passage underneath her house somewhere that we could get to the castle from here. Probably the first place we should check. Beast, get out! Alright, we're a wolf. Well, I guess we're on our own then. You there! Hey, it's the cat! You're a UniGiant, correct? Yep. Same UniGiant. The same one you met as a human. Yes, I thought so. I could just tell, you know. I'm Louise. Do you remember meeting me in the shop before? Though I don't think we were properly introduced. Yeah, because I was a human. In any case, I must tell you, I'm a bit puzzled as to why you look like that. Really, dear, you can't blame the humans for tossing you out the way you look. Oh, another patient? You're certainly the curious sort. Please. Princess Zelda. This way. Here, get in through the window. The attic is connected to the castle's waterway. It's an old waterway, though, so it could be a bit of a rough trip. Well, I suppose that's all there is left to do is to make sure that the humans don't notice you. I tell you what, Louise is a really nice cat, considering the fact that we only met her as a human, the fact that she's able to recognize us, and the fact that she's pretty much as nice as Telma. I mean, I have to wonder where she got all of this from, but it's nice that they give such a character to someone as insignificant as you might think is a cat, but there you go. She'll distract the humans so we can get into the waterway through Telma's bar up here. Now, I don't want to make too much noise in here, but there are a lot of people to listen in on, to eavesdrop over. So I'll try to cover all of them. What you don't want to do is knock over those pots and draw attention to yourself. You want to try walking on these tight ropes. So let's see if I can angle myself properly. Walk a little bit slowly. The Elder told me to escort Telma, but the city air does not suit my skin. Yep, Goron's here too. All walks of life are here, all different kinds of animals. I already listened to you, Goron. Plenty of pots up here. I am so tempted to break these pots, but you really do not want to. So let's get over here first. Not fall down. Falling down would be the worst thing you can do here. I think they just throw you out, but I never got thrown out before. I never bothered to try. Ancient acquaintance of Telma defeating the beast attacking the tourists on the bridge. Oh, they're talking about us! And how we escorted Rallis back to Kakariko. Never seen any of those three before, though. Yep. Ordona pride right there. It's funny that they should mention people from Ordona simply know no fear. I mean, you'd think we were the only ones that came out of Ordon to actually do anything, but keep in mind, I'm sure Russell has been out here before as well. So they must think we're pretty badass over there. And there's another one of those floating lamp things. Except this time we're a wolf, so we can actually use our senses and reveal that this thing is a Poe. Now these Poes, you'll only know they're there. You can listen for the shaking of the lamp. You can see the lamp. What you have to do, knock them out of the sky here. And then, when they reveal their souls, pull them out. And there are a total of 60 of these things, Poe souls. We can see how many we have on the pause menu. I wonder what they're used for. Let's ask the nearest person to us. Oh, thanks for beating the ghost. Can I call you Doggy? I'm Giovanni. I became consumed by greed long ago and sold my soul to a dark creature that did this to me. I can't move. I can't go see my girlfriend. My pet Gangle is frozen on top of my head. I don't think I could be more miserable. I have to ask you a favor, Doggy. Can you find and defeat at least 20 ghosts that lurk in the dark for me? I think if you can free the pieces of my soul from those ghosts that hold them, I'll be free. Oh, but it's raining out now, so I don't think you can get outside directly. I'll open the door to the underground waterway for you. And it's in a treasure chest, of all things. Once the raid stops, you can come in here by digging around the front wall where the cats gather. Understand, Doggy? So this little fellow sold his soul for money. He is now completely frozen in gold, and his cat is on top of his head. If we want to do anything to save him, we have to collect some Poe souls, so I guess we're going to be doing that. But this is the way we would get in normally. Since it's raining, it's flooded, and we can't dig our way through here, but we will if we ever want to return his soul. So I suppose we just jump down here and continue on progressing the plot. And this is going to take us underground into Hyrule sewers. And swimming rats, interesting. But yeah, this entire place is flooded with water because it is raining. And it's been a long time since we've been a wolf, hasn't it? Fairly long time. I can almost forget how to control with this dude. But if we wander around long enough, we'll find another one of these switches that we have to pull down, and that will grant us access to more of the underground waterway. Now, there isn't anything in the way of treasures or money or anything worthwhile down here, so really, you only need to concern yourself with getting through here, because you can never come back here after this point, so... Also, these sculptures are really annoying to take down without Midna's help. I don't know how much help she would be anyway, but we have to light the torch, set fire to the web, and if I can get access to the torch over here, which will stay lit if my stick runs out of fire. Probably a good idea to place that down. Wait for it to run out, take care of the Skulltula, and see if we can get Midna over to Zelda in time. But what I was elaborating on before, what exactly the Light Spirit did to Midna, I mean, I understand that she's... well, she's obviously not of this world, so the light does hurt her for some reason, but it just seems a little bit weird that she could survive at least in our shadow for a time, and she couldn't do that when the Light Spirit openly... you know, it spawned right on top of her. I guess she had to have time to get into her shadow in order to be safe, but it just seems kind of fishy to me that she couldn't just do that when the Light Spirit spawned. That's just my take on it, though. I guess if she was thrown directly into its light, that would hurt a little bit more than were she just, say, exposed to it once. But if I put up my senses here, you can see there's a digging spot right in the middle, so I'm not going to worry about those guys. And this will take us down to the sewers that we were in originally when we first got turned into a wolf. Let's ignore all those rats for the time being, and thankfully these guys decided to place tight ropes for us, so we can just climb those up rather than require Midna's super platforming abilities. And only as the wolf can you climb these tight ropes. I don't believe you can climb them as... Don't knock me off, please. I don't believe you can climb them as human form. It would be kind of silly if you could, too, I mean... Oh, whatever. But you see all these places that we would just climb up with Midna, we can't do that. I've also tried several times in vain to use Midna's charge-up energy field attack, but can't do that because she's pretty much incapacitated right now. So make our way back up the Spiral Tower and see if we can have a talk with Zelda. Because we're going to have to cross over to where she is again. But yeah, this is the only other time in the game that we have access to this place, so if you want to get your last looks at it, might as well do it now. I hate this enemy placement right here, right on the edge of the rope. If you don't know what you're doing, he's just going to slap you off. Pain in the ass. And instead of going off the top, we go off the bottom here. And now, unlike before, we actually have to deal with wind. And the wind is going to be a factor here when you try to platform. It's going to blow you back and forth. And if you're trying to cross a gap, you may not be able to get it because the wind is blowing. So just be mindful of that. And instead of Shadow Kargaroks, we just have the normal Kargaroks, so let's deal with them the same way if I'm jumping in the correct direction. I mean, this is the reason why I think they may be the same as the Shadow Kargaroks, except he just jumped off. But yeah, there's an instance of the wind being helpful. What the wind will do is blow some bridges in the air that weren't there before, but will allow us to get to places that we couldn't get to without Midna. So we actually have to wait for that, wait for the wind to blow before we can cross the bridge here. And that will allow us to get over to the tower where Zelda is. Speaking of which, I wonder how Zelda's doing. I mean, you have to wonder, with all the stuff that's been going on, they'd at least check on Zelda and lock her up or something. But I suppose she was kind of a prisoner in Twilight, if you will. I don't know. Well, let's see what she can do for Midna. Guess she's not here. Well, what do we do now? Oh, just in time. Please, please tell me. How do we break the curse on this one? Oh, she's talking about me. This is the one. You need him to save your world. That's why, Princess, please, you must help Giant. Even after all Midna's been through, we're the one that she cares about? He really has had a change of heart. What binds him is a different magic than what transformed him when he first passed the Curtain of Twilight. It is an evil power. Our world is one of balance. Just as there is light to drive away darkness, so too is there benevolence to banish evil. Head for the sacred grove that lies deep within the lands guarded by the spirit Farron. There you will find the blade of evil's bane that was crafted by the wisdom of the ancient sages, the Master Sword. The Master Sword is a sacred blade that evil can never touch. Evil cloaks you like a dark veil, and that blade is the only thing that can cleave it. Giant, hero sent by the goddesses. Like you, I have been granted special powers by the goddesses. Oh, so that explains the triangle on my hand. Fine. Giant, you can get to the woods on your own, right? Princess, I have one last request. Can you tell me where to find the Mirror of Twilight? Midna, I believe I understand now just who and what you are. Despite your moral injuries, you act in our stead. These dark times are the result of our deeds, yet it is you who have reaped the penalty. Accept this now, Midna. I pass it to you. So Zelda sacrificed herself to save Midna so she could walk freely through the light. But why? We go back, Giant. Back to Farron Woods. Zelda, I've taken all that you had to give, though I did not want it. The only problem is, with Zelda gone, who's left to protect Hyrule Castle? Well, that was fast. Well, there's nothing for us to do now. We just have to head to the Sacred Grove, in search of the Blade of Evil's Bane, in the hopes that we can return to our human form.